It's a first for lots of the Arsenal players tonight. Kai Havertz, the only starter to play in a Champions League final before. And it's very much a Champions League final tonight. The champions of England against the champions of France. So the big news for PSG is the availability of right-back Achraf Hakimi. He's fit to start for the first time since the first leg of the semi-final. Ousmane Dembele also fit to start after recovering from a slight calf issue. It means Luis Enrique starts the 10 outfield players who started last season's final against Inter. Hakimi, Doué, Kvaratskhelia all scored on the big night 12 months ago in Munich. There were numerous selection decisions for Mikel Arteta to make, important choices for the Arsenal manager. The fullbacks are Mosquera and Hincapié over the fit again Timber and Calafiori. Teenager Miles Lewis Skelly is preferred to Martin Zubimendi in midfield. It's Ødegaard for Eze, Trossard over Martinelli, and Kai Havertz starts ahead of Victor Gyökeres up front. Timber is a sub, as is Mikel Merino. Has Mikel Arteta got those big decisions right? With the 2026 Champions League final off and underway in the Puskás Arena. Paris Saint-Germain here for a second successive season, bidding to be just the second team in the Champions League era to retain the trophy. Arsenal here for the first time in 20 years and for just the second time in club history. And they're hoping to become the 7th English club side to be crowned European champions. Great atmosphere, Ali, we expected that.
Yeah, we certainly did. Fantastic atmosphere out there, Dan. Interesting enough. The kick-off, we all said that, you know, Arsenal's best opportunity might be a set play. They're going to have to be physical, they're going to have to win their challenges and try and bully PSG. The kick-off there, the first thing they do is they look for a challenge. They put a high ball in.
Get early, you don't want that.
It goes by Declan Rice, taken down by Kai Havertz. Lovely touch by the man who won the Champions League final for Chelsea back in 2021 against Manchester City, and he's got a bit of daylight here. Havertz, he's in on goal. It's the first chance of the final, and he takes it. Season of seismic moments for Arsenal. There's another one. They lead in the Champions League final inside 6 minutes, and the man who was a Champions League final goal scorer, winning goal scorer 5 years ago, fires them in front against Paris Saint-Germain. What a start for the Gunners.
Incredible start. They get a little bit fortunate with the break. I think it's Mendes is playing him on the left-hand side, the left-back position. There. He's well, I think he's definitely well onside, but the finish is absolutely different class because he's looking up to see if there's anybody inside to square it to. He realises, guys, that there isn't. A little bit of luck there. Does it come off his arm? Surely not. They're not giving that, surely. Away he goes. He's had his little look, and boy, does he lift it into the roof of the net. Goalkeeper probably thinks he's going to go low, lifts it high. Unstoppable.
I think the power beats the goalkeeper, the accuracy. Keeper goes down very early. We spoke about that prior to the game. Is this Safanok?
João Neves. Just switch the wingers. He's just come onto this side for now. Doué, they've got Kvaratskhelia here as well. This is Fabian Ruiz. It's a good ball through the 6-yard box, but he's not really given the PSG players time to get in there.
No.
Nuno Mendes to Kvaratskhelia. A little bit of acceleration from the left back and a wonderful ball off the outside of the foot.
Wasn't it just?
Off goes Dembele, bearing down on the Arsenal goal. Double covered again on that side. This is Vitinha.
And also be ready for some changes, because if it's like this after 60 minutes, Ali will tell you, you need to try and change the game from the side.
He's got the likes of Bradley Barcola, Gonzalo Ramos, Warren Zaire, Emery, players who can come on and impact the game in an attacking sense. It's a huge 15 minutes coming up from Luis Enrique's perspective, because he's got to try and ignite this Paris Saint-Germain team, who have been completely snuffed out by Arsenal in this first half. And they've got a set piece to defend here, a Declan Rice long throw-in with what's sure to be the last attack of the half. What a time this would be for Arsenal to get a second. In from Rice, Safanov stayed. Still not away, and that's going to be a corner. That's going to be a corner right on the stroke of half-time, and there were one or two celebrations from the Arsenal players that they've got a corner right on the stroke of half-time. I've not seen that very often, Coach Steve.
No, he's done well, Havertz, hasn't he? He's been put himself about, Stephen.
I think it's body language as well, celebrating that you've achieved a corner, knowing how good you are at corners.
Well, they've scored 27 goals from corners, but they're not going to get time to take it. He's blown the half-time whistle before Saka can take the corner.
That's madness.
Well, you don't see that very often, so the boos from the Arsenal supporters, but Daniel Siebert says that's enough. But it's been a fantastic first half for Arsenal. The goal scored by Kai Havertz after 6 minutes. He got in behind, he kept his composure, finished past Safanov. 3 brilliant challenges from Gabriel inside his own box when they really needed him. We're yet to see the best of Paris. Expect any Arsenal changes, but at this stage, Stephen, no changes either from PSG.
No, I think Luis Enrique will just be asking for more variety, maybe change the speed, the tempo, ask more questions of the Arsenal back four. You know, can you cross it earlier? Can you get your 1v1s done earlier? More quality from distance.
So not to put too fine a point on it, this is one of the biggest 45-minute periods in the history of Arsenal Football Club. At the moment, they're winning the Champions League, but here come PSG with Doué and now Kvaratskhelia dancing through for the first time in the second half. It's in by Fabian Ruiz, and he's been an absolute rock so far tonight, Gabriel. Arsenal need one big effort. That's the first card tonight, delaying the restart for Mosquera. Now that's a concern, because he's up against Kvaratskhelia now on a yellow card, which he didn't need to get.
Yeah, it's a silly yellow card, but I think it's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
This is Vitinha. It's a good run from him, but Declan Rice came over. Good acceleration though from Nuno Mendes. Important foot in then from William Saliba. That's no foul on Havertz by Pacho, so PSG can come again with Fabian Ruiz. Here's Desiree Doué. Declan Rice with work to do. Doué with the cross. It's far too deep for everybody, and swings behind for an Arsenal goal kick. Hakimi. Oh, they'll get the free kick, Paris Saint-Germain, but it looks soft to me, that.
Yeah, he just puts his body in between the ball and the defender.
There's Dembele to go at Hincapié. João Neves just found himself a bit of room, but then he couldn't pick out the right pass to Nuno Mendes. Doué looking to win it back. In went Saka, and he followed through there on Doué. I think they're just asking the question how high the challenge is. It's a yellow card. There's one of them, Warren Zaire, Emery down there as well. Long way out this. Nuno Mendes, Achraf Hakimi over the ball. Hakimi hits it, just pitched in front of David Raya, which can sometimes make it awkward, but he held on to it well.
He certainly did, and he had to with Dembele moving in.
Havertz was trying to use his body. Referee happy there was nothing untoward.
See, I actually don't mind that from Havertz again. I really don't mind it.
This is rare space on that side for Kvaratskhelia. Arsenal quickly get the double cover on his Doué. Ineos, João Neves, Hakimi, everybody back in this solid defensive, unbreakable shape for Arsenal. Kvaratskhelia to take on Bukayo Saka, get to the byline, deliver the cross. Too high for everybody again. The crossing's not been great at all, has it, from a PSG perspective? Hakimi's won it back from Trossard. Here's Fabian Ruiz. That's a great recovery, though, from Trossard to get back in the right position to win it back for Arsenal. Pacho got a bang from Havertz. The second half without any untoward concern. That's a lovely pass from Kvaratskhelia, and the free kick's going to go against Nuno Mendes.
Well, the one thing I would say when an hour gone, it might be the best I've seen Saka defensively.
Yeah, I think he gets a lot of credit going the other way. His crossing, his 1v1, his combination play, his goal-scoring ability, but he's been absolutely immense out of possession today. Very selfless job for the team.
The scars of battle, in goes the corner. David Raya with a punch. Desiree Doué. Kvaratskhelia to Dembele, then back in. Oh, he's gone over, he's given the penalty. He's given the penalty. It's the first mistake all night from Mosquera. Just got the wrong side. The interesting aspect now is if he shows him a second yellow card for the foul as well.
Well,
I mean, that could be a double whammy here.
We'll discuss that if and when it happens. I'll tell you what I will say to you. It's a tremendous give and go. I mean, as 1-2's go, it's as sharp as a tack. I mean, Mosquera's he's a little bit unlucky. He does react. Watch this for pace, the way he goes. And do you know what he does? He's really, really clever, because he puts his body in front, knowing that if there's a challenge from behind there, he's going to get the free kick.
It's being looked at, as they always are, by Bastian Danker, the video assistant referee.
Catches his right leg, I think. We'll get another look at it, but I think he catches his right calf.
I think he comes through the back of him. He kicks his calf and comes through the back of him. You'd asked at half-time why there probably hasn't been any changes at half-time, Darren, because his best players are on the pitch, and he knows that they're capable of, you know, lifting the tempo, lifting the quality, and there's the little bit of magic.
Normally the player knows. I didn't think he had any doubt.
He's just clever. He just gets his body and his legs in between the opponent and the ball, knowing that the momentum of the defender's got to go through him. It's brilliant play, Darren.
It's an opportunity now for Paris Saint-Germain, the European champions, to drag themselves back into this Champions League final. Dembele versus Raya. Brilliant penalty. Absolutely nothing Raya could do. The flares go off behind the goal. Arsenal's lead is gone, and the European champions are back in it. Paris Saint-Germain won, Arsenal won.
Exceptionally well for an hour, but you switch off for a split second, penalty's perfect.
Interesting, Timber's getting warmed up, so they've noticed that, you know, PSG is starting to get a bit of success down that right side, so I think it's important now to get fresh legs there, fresh energy.
So Timber ready, Victor Gyökeres is ready as well. So Mosquera, having given away the penalty, is replaced by Jurrien Timber, and we're going to see Victor Gyökeres as well.
Really tough moment for him getting substituted after the penalty. He hasn't done much wrong. He's kept arguably the best player, the best winger in the world, quiet for the majority of the game.
No, I think you're right, Stephen, but from the forwards point of view, unbelievably clever. He plays it really, really quickly, and then
there's 24 minutes to play.
I think it's important Arsenal don't panic here. They've been terrific. They don't all of a sudden have to go gung-ho and chase and have a really high line, because PSG is so dangerous at exploiting that. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'll tell you what's a mad statistic, Ali. Dembele scored 55 goals over the past 2 seasons, and he scored 43 of them after Christmas. He's hopeless before he opens his presents. Dembele goes short to Doué. Hakimi, Dembele. It's another poor cross.
Yeah.
It's been a feature of their play tonight, Ali.
Most of the deliveries have gone to the back post. That one was too much on it again.
Still a very good pass by Raya, straight to Hakimi. On it goes now to Dembele. Gabriel's come across, got his body in a really good position again, the Brazilian defender.
Do you know what? I've been really disappointed with Dembele.
I can't stop laughing. I think I only had a 7-iron in my bag when I played.
I see more than that. I think the Rangers fans would disagree with that. Just getting back to Dembele, I think outside of the penalty for a Ballon d'Or player, this is his stage. He's been very quiet.
He has been.
William Pacho's header, João Neves, Doué, now Fabian Ruiz into the final 17.5 minutes. Kavicha Kvaratskhelia, first little test out there for the substitute Timber. Coutinho's going to hit this one off the outside of his foot, and that was dipping at the end, caught the top of the net.
Yeah. It just dips a little bit too late for him, but goalkeeper's got it covered, hasn't he? Pretty comfortable for him. Just a little bit concerning though, the last 10-15 minutes there seems to be a domination from PSG, which wasn't there in the first half. Arsenal were breaking forward, haven't seen it as much now.
To play the kind of game that Arsenal were playing, Stephen, how taxing is that mentally and physically? The amount... Gyökeres. Trossard stabs that little ball into the box. It's away by Pacho, only back to Trossard once more. Hincapié. Now Timber. Saka. Good block laid over there by Kvaratskhelia. Lewis Skelly heads it on, flicked a bit further by Rice. There's the chance for Timber running in. Great defended by Pacho. Arsenal's turn to press. Saka, they've got men over here. Brilliant tracking back from João Neves.
It's brilliant from Rice initially again.
What about that from Kvaratskhelia to just nick it away from Saliba? Arsenal might be in trouble. Kvaratskhelia on the move. Still going, Kvaratskhelia, and it deflects.
Oh yeah, I mean the defender does really well. You can argue he's a little bit fortunate, but he deserves it.
So the pressure remains on Arsenal. Doué whips in the cross. And that's going to be another corner. I must say, by the end of the run, he was running through treacle, Kvaratskhelia. He completely lost all speed by the end of it. He looks tired out there at the moment.
Yeah, I think it was the pressure from Saliba as well. Yeah. Breathing down his neck, just gives him a little nudge.
He's been in such fine form, Kvaratskhelia. 12 goals in his last 14 games for club and country. In goes the corner. They've been hopeless, some of the crosses from PSG tonight.
I'm going to say something to you. Do you know what Arsenal need right now? Something they've not had all night. A corner. 100%. Once it comes into him, Stephen, it has to stick. Bring people into play, give the defence a break.
So Gonzalo Ramos is ready. You'd suspect it's going to be for Dembele, who's not moving well at all. Here's Hakimi. Now Doué. 3 minutes of additional time remaining in the Champions League final, and the potential for 30 minutes more and possibly penalties too here in Budapest. Fabian Ruiz to Desiree Doué. Excellent feet from him to move away from Lewis Skelly. That's good defending in there again by Gabriel. And that's one in the air by Bradley Barcola, played on now to William Pacho. Marquinhos playing his 523rd game for PSG tonight, bidding to win his 39th trophy, can you believe? Saliba, away by Marquinhos, picked up by Declan Rice, couldn't get there. Doué plays it on, now then Barcola, who's an absolute flying machine. It's Bradley Barcola for Paris Saint-Germain. Is this heartbreak for Arsenal? No, it's not.
His last touch takes him away from goal. poses them the problem. Thank goodness for Arsenal. I couldn't believe it. They get caught in the possession of the ball, they lose it, right backs up the pitch.
He's the last one you want running there, isn't he?
Absolutely.
And everybody on the field.
Against Saliba.
Ali's right. He drags it with his right foot onto his weaker side, takes himself away from the goal.
That was a touch there onto his left.
It's a huge chance, Ali.
Oh, massive, Stephen.
Well, that's it. And we will go to extra time. It was Kai Havertz after 6 minutes. Ousmane Dembele from the penalty spot. Kvaratskhelia had a shot deflected onto the post. And we need 30 minutes more to work out who's going to be the European champions in 2026. The game has been won in extra time. The last time was 12 years ago when Real Madrid scored 3 goals in extra time to beat Atletico Madrid. So let's see whether this can be decided before the need for penalties. And those 2 changes that have been made by Mikel Arteta, he's taken off Miles Lewis-Skelly and Kai Havertz, who basically couldn't run anymore at the end of the 90 minutes, and they've sent on Martin Zubimendi and Eberechi Eze. Timber, Declan Rice. Eze's first involvement since coming off the bench, and he picks out a nice pass here to Madueke, who can have a go at Vitinha and slide it through. Gyökeres was in a great position, but that's well defended by Pacho. This is the corner that Ali's been hoping for from an Arsenal perspective.
Absolutely, and by the way, how well does the centre-back do? Because I'll tell you right now, Gyökeres had got in front, goal side of Marquinhos there. I'll tell you, that was a big chance. Centre-back does well, but first corner, this will be interesting.
Well, it's the second one they've been awarded, but he blew the half-time whistle before they could take it. That bizarre scenario.
Difficult to score from those ones.
They are, actually. It's the best way to defend them. So we will reiterate the point that Arsenal have scored 27 goals from corners across the competitions this season. Corner taken by Madueke, and that's a good header by Gonzalo Ramos. That might be his first touch since coming on.
What an important one it is.
Yeah. Right in front of the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. In it goes from Madueke towards the near post, and that's a bit of a waste, I've got to say.
Can't believe he's done that, you know.
You'd be pulling your hair out, you and Mikel Arteta. What a waste of an opportunity.
Talent there is in the respective squads. 29 of the players have already been selected to play in the World Cup this summer, and that's before Ecuador named the squad, and we suspect that Hincapié and Pacho are going to be in, so that'll make it 31 players across Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal at the World Cup.
Incredible, isn't it?
Madueke's ball inside, here's Timber. Gyökeres was trying to roll away from Pacho, but he got a bit of help behind. Pacho from João Neves, free kick.
Play on.
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, we've seen them giving it one on. He's got his left arm round the shoulder of the defender right enough. I'll just
put it this way, we've seen loads of them given.
Hincapié seems like he's recovered. Flicked on there by Gyökeres, but that's out. For a Paris Saint-Germain throw-in. And that's half-time in extra time. A boost from the Arsenal supporters, all directed at the officials here. That Martin made was very pertinent, but you say, look, there's probably not enough in it to make the suggestion that the referee made an error. I think that probably, you know, either way, you're probably okay. Here's a chance though for PSG. Brilliant from Ryan. Gonzalo Ramos couldn't quite get there.
I think he's got to be braver. I mean, maybe I'm doing him a disservice. Keeper does it exceptionally well.
Gabriel and others wait in the middle. In from Rice. Safanov gets a piece of that and did well. And so did Hakimi up against Martinelli.
Listen, we're all experts after the event. I thought it was a left-footer in-swinger. I thought it was a Madieki one.
I don't think they'll lack for confidence, Paris Saint-Germain, if it does go to penalties. They've won trophies, 3 of them this season, on penalties, in shootouts. Super Cup against Spurs, Intercontinental Cup against Flamengo, but Arsenal might change the script here. It's driven into the side netting, he was down there, Safanov. It's a head-in-your-hands moment for Timber, but just didn't quite break for them there, the Gunners.
I think Safanov.
Noni Madueke swings it in, headed away by Beraldo. Up goes Gabriel. Victor Gyökeres. Still Victor Gyökeres. Deflected, oh wide! It's a corner. You just wonder where that would have ended up had it not been deflected.
You could just see it open up for him.
Can Madueke get the delivery right? There's a whole host of players around Safanov. In it goes. It's headed up into the air by Bradley Barcola. Safanov gets a piece of it. It's not away, it is now. Rice belts it back in, headed on, and then deflected. They were leaping up off the Arsenal bench when that ball went fizzing back in, and they're going to get... Are they getting another one? No, it's a goal kick. And I think that might take us to penalties.
I think that might be. The drama's unbelievable as is penalties.
So for the 12th time in the history of the competition, we will need a penalty shootout to decide who wins the Champions League. Kai Havertz for Arsenal, Ousmane Dembele for Paris Saint-Germain. And Laura, it's all come down to penalties. So the referee, just to add to the tension, just want Gonzalo Ramos against David Raya. Excellent penalty, clinically taken in front of the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. Barely a flicker from Enrique. So Victor Gyökeres is next. Up against Safanov to level the shootout for Arsenal. Excellent, excellent. Really calm. Sets the ball rolling. It's always good, I'm sure, to put the first one in the back of the net. And straight run up for Doué. Takes his time. Here he comes. And scores. 2-1 PSG. Similar style to Doué. Stutter step. Oh, he's put it wide. It's a heartbreaking moment for Eza. It's a gut-wrenching moment for the Arsenal supporters. And Paris Saint-Germain have the advantage in the shootout. All eyes on David Raya. Short run up this time for Mendes. David Raya saves it! Brilliant!
I think it's a poor penalty. I think he puts it at a really nice height for the goalkeeper. Great save.
Rice versus Safanov. Cacophony of noise inside the arena. Here comes Declan Rice. And scores! 2-2.
Very confident. Really is.
Can Raya save another one? Not that one, he can't. Excellent penalty from Hakimi. PSG 3-2 up.
He's got to score it.
Oh, and he does score it. And didn't he score it well? Top corner, smashed into the back of the net. Brilliant.
I'm guessing that would make your approval.
Yeah.
Is this David Raya's moment? No, it's not. He sold himself far too early there, the Arsenal goalkeeper.
I thought you're right. He went very early, didn't he?
So 4-3 to Paris Saint-Germain. And the walk that Gabriel has just made from the centre circle to the penalty area must have felt like 15 miles. Gabriel has to score. If he fails to score, Paris Saint-Germain win the Champions League. The pressure of the entire Champions League season falls onto the shoulders of Arsenal's brilliant Brazilian defender. Gabriel versus Safanov, has to go in. Oh, he's missed it! He's missed it! It's heartbreaking for Arsenal. Soul-destroying for Gabriel. But it's back-to-back Champions League wins for Paris Saint-Germain. History with a pinch of Parisian panache. The 9th different club to win the trophy in back-to-back years, and just the 2nd in the Champions League era. They're a magnificent team, but your heart goes out to Gabriel. Your heart goes out to Mikel Arteta. And your heart goes out to the thousands and thousands of Arsenal supporters who are here in Budapest tonight.